Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. It's a beautiful Saturday here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I am out for my walk, getting my exercise, and I'm on the Tennessee River. The Tennessee River. A lot of people out here at the park throwing down today. I love being in the park with people as they celebrate. It's such a blessing. Even if I'm not with them, I'm around them. I feel the vibes. They're all loving each other, enjoying the day, playing their music, having their balloons out. It's just beautiful and refreshing. I love being around that stuff. And especially being here on the water. I might have to put my glasses on in a minute because the glare is definitely getting to me. So what I wanted to talk about today, I talk about the spirit of discernment all the time. I have an old video about discernment, but it's very, very important. You need to grow this skill, exercise that muscle, pray for the spirit of discernment. God will give it to you. And some people are born with a greater spirit of discernment than others. I've had people make fun of it. Of me talking about it or saying that I need to discern myself, which is hilarious because I've done more work on myself than you will ever know, that I will ever talk about. And if you had the spirit of discernment about yourself, you wouldn't be saying that about me at all, because the work that I've done on myself shows, and the fact that I've discerned those people out of my life speaks volumes. Things that I don't have to say, I don't have to post about, I don't have to laugh about. It is what it is, and I said what I said, it's going to stay that way. They're just mad that I discerned them out of my life, that I didn't let them sneak me. So a lot of people will be upset about your spirit of discernment and you flexing that muscle, because it is a flex. It's a superpower. You need to have it. You need to sharpen it. You need to work on it every day, because the more that you do, the less people will be able to pull things over on you. So to start with, pray about it. Second of all, sit with it. Don't make quick judgments. Often things don't come to you till later about people. The nuances of your communication, of their demeanor, of their body language, just little things that are the read in between the lines kind of things. I often play dumb. I love to be underestimated. I love for people to think that I'm naive. I love for people to think that I'm gullible. I don't care. I don't mind. You can think what you want about me. It doesn't hurt my feelings, and I don't need to be superior to anybody or feel superior or show them that I'm smarter than them. I don't want you to know how smart I am. I don't want you to know, because the more dumb that you think that I am, the quicker I see your true, genuine, authentic self. The quicker you let your guard down, the more you show yourself. And that's one thing that's major about discernment, is if you just let people, if you're just patient, and like I said in the other videos, just let them do what they're going to do, because they're going to tell you and show you everything that you need to know up front. They're going to tell on themselves. All you have to do is sit and be patient and wait. The quick judgments don't matter. You don't need to discern someone in 5 seconds. The more that you do it, the more that you sharpen your skills and hone your discernment, the quicker you'll be able to do it, for sure. But at first, like I said, slow and steady wins the race. So just be patient and wait, and people will tell you everything that they're intending for you in their interactions with you and their place in your life. Immediately, almost immediately. Some people tell on themselves. They're quicker than others. They have that much confidence in their ability to swindle that they just talk. They can't help but talk about it. God loosens their tongue, and they tell on themselves. They will tell you exactly what their intentions are. Some people, God will reveal things to you if you pray for discernment. Reveal things to you as far as you overhearing things, or people actually having a conscience and telling you that they don't want to be a part of something, and this is what this person intends to do. Or you'll overhear conversations that you weren't supposed to hear, see things that you weren't supposed to see, because God's revealing that to you. I've had conversations that were around me in the recent past that I overheard, and I didn't pick up on it with this person. I didn't think they had any association with me, and then I overheard them being really happy about something that they perceived as my downfall. And I was like, what in the world? Why would they care? Why would they have such an interest in me? Or what have I done to them to where they would be happy about something bad happening to me? But God wanted me to hear that. God placed me right where I needed to be for that person to unknowingly reveal themselves as someone that wasn't for me, that didn't want the best for me. Even though I didn't think they wanted the best for me, I wasn't thinking we were friends or anything, but I never would have thought that they would pray for my downfall or be happy about a downfall. And in the end, it's a perceived downfall, because God makes no mistakes. So if something happens to me that someone might perceive as bad, God is doing that for a reason. Rejection is God's protection. Delays are His protection. What is for me is always going to be for me. So if it's happening, I have to trust and have faith in the Lord that it's happening for a reason. So I don't get upset about things that are perceived roadblocks or something that didn't work out for me. I trust that it didn't work out for me for a reason, and that God has another way. We're going a different road, baby, and that's just the road that I have to take, and He'll show me the way no matter what happens. So I'm along for the ride. I'm a soldier in the army. Wherever I have to go, I'm gonna go, because I won't stop. He moves my feet. He controls my tongue. Everything that happens to me is for the greater good, and I have faith that God's working it out. It's already been worked out, so I just have to walk in faith every day. Second, body language. I've talked about before how I was really shy the first 20 years of my life, and I didn't talk, so I did a lot of observing. So now I perceive it as, you could call it reading their energy. I don't claim to see auras or anything like that, but I can feel the vibrations coming off of people. I know whether they're vibing high. I can tell you in a second if they're low vibing or high vibing. And body language tells you a lot, whether, they're crossing their arms and they're closed off, if they're turned towards you, away from you. Observing their breathing patterns, even. A lot of people that are anxious will take a lot of deep breaths, or short, quick breaths, depending on how they're feeling. You can tell so much about someone's body language and just observing them, just sitting and watching. And for instance, I've told a couple of people recently something that I wasn't happy about. I trust in God that it happened for a reason, but I wasn't happy about it, and I chose to tell those certain people just to see their reaction to it, just to see if them being friendly to me was true and authentic. And when I told them, this one particular person sat there with a smile on their face the whole time I was telling them. Now, if you're telling somebody something that is perceived as something that was a setback for you, and they sit there and smile the whole time that you're telling them, they can't hide their excitement and their satisfaction with something that could have possibly hurt you or let you down. And they don't have to say anything. You know that person is not your friend. You know that person does not have your best interest. This person also talks about having a bad attitude, and others telling them that I have a bad attitude. And I'm not a cliquish person. I used to have a group of friends at a place that I worked that was very cliquish. There was tons of cliques and mean girls and things like that. And I had a group of friends and we called ourselves the non-click clique because we were a group of friends so people could perceive us as a clique, but we were not cliquish or trying to conform to the cliques that existed in the organization already. So we were the non-click clique. And I wouldn't say that we were outcasts, but we all definitely had the spirit of discernment. We had been in situations enough to where we could tell the behavior of the cliques was nothing but mean-spirited. They were hurt individuals, and so they did things to other people to hurt them. Hurt people, and they wanted to feel better about themselves, and they were very unhealed, so they went around with the pack mentality of we're better than you, and we're going to put you in your place, and we're going to talk about you and laugh about you, and we did not subscribe to that. So if we had to be outcasts, we were outcasts, because if it meant being a part of that or being an outcast, we would for sure pick the road less traveled and be proud of it, because we weren't willing to compromise our standards to be accepted. I will never do that. I will always stand up and be outspoken for what's right and how you should treat others right, even if I'm not completely healed, which at that time I was far from it, but I still knew that that wasn't anything that I wanted to be a part of, and so did my little friend group, my non-click clique. Shout out if you're watching, you know who you are. But yeah, things like that. People in the clique mentality, they will hype each other up, even if it's not a good hype, just to be accepted, to not walk their own genuine, authentic path, to be themselves. But I would encourage everybody, if you're friends with someone and they have a bad attitude or they treat others badly, you can tell that they're not healed, because they don't want to change. They don't want to uplift others. There's no, they don't want to shine their light. They want to stay where they are. They want to dim other people's lights. They want to talk badly about them to make them feel better about themselves. If you're friends with someone like that, encourage them to do the right thing. Don't gas up their negative behavior. You know, you're a real one for that. A real one what? A real bitch? Don't gas up a real bitch. Tell them. You don't have to stop being friends with them. Tell them in a loving way that you know you're wrong for that. You know you're wrong. And if they hear it enough times from you and you don't gas them up or cheer on their negative behavior, they'll get that either they got to change or they got to kick rocks. They're not for you, and if they're not willing to, be a good person, then either they need to step it up and be a good person and meet you where you are, or they need to go find other people that are unhealed and unwilling to change to be friends with. I know someone right now, got some jet skis coming, so it's going to be loud. I know someone right now who's on the fence about shining their light. They shine it. Hold on. I'm just going to let this happen. They are a beautiful person. I see them as a beautiful person, and these negative people, you can't meet them where they are. You keep being you keep vibing high. They need extra special compassion and love from you because they are unhealed. They need a positive example in their life. They need you to shine extra bright around them so that they know that no matter how they treat you or how bad they talk about you or how bad they snicker and try to be mean-spirited, they need that compassion and grace and love and kindness more than anybody. The people that have been hurt the worst in this world, that shine their light and they are positive and cheerful and show love to strangers even, those are the people, those are the real ones. Those are the real ones, because they've been through it and they don't want anybody else to feel the way that they've been made to feel or be down. They're not going to wallow in that place. They are going to be positive and show people love no matter what or how they feel inside or how they've felt inside. Those are the real ones. Always. That's real. That's love. Everything is love. Love is why. So gas those people up. Not the negative behavior. Encourage them to be better. Those aren't real ones. Like I said, real what? So, anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, oh, the person that I know that's shining their light, they're very encouraging to others, but they're on the fence because you attract, like attracts like. So if you have a negative friend and um, you gas them up sometimes, or sometimes maybe you tell them about themselves and you try to encourage them to be better, but you're on the fence. You don't want to lose that friend. You don't want things to change. You're afraid to change. You're afraid to elevate and maybe move on or outgrow those people because we get comfortable. Change is scary. I've changed a lot of things this week because I'm going to lead by example. I'm not going to tell you guys that change is the only constant thing, yet stay where I am in my comfort zone. I'm going to change. If something tells me that something's off, I don't feel the vibes are right anymore, up I go. If somebody's not acting right around me, cut off game, strong. I'm I'm up for it. I'm going to embrace it. I know that I'm going to be all right. You know, God is revealing those low vibes, those negative people for a reason. If I need to uproot myself and move on to stay healthy, do that. Do that. Embrace the change. It's beautiful. You're going to make it. God will make a way for you no matter what. Trust Him. Let go. Surrender. So, anyway, I keep trying to encourage this person to shine their light and not to be codependent and need others to go with them if they want to make a change. To do it yourself, no matter what. You don't need a friend. You don't need somebody to do it with you. Do it yourself. Better yourself. Better your life. Choose a different path. You don't need somebody to walk that path with you. Do it all on your own. But I try to tell them, and then, someone will blow smoke and make them think that the grass is greener where it's not being watered, and then they'll stay because it's comfortable. And I'm not disappointed in them. They've got to live their own life. I still love them. I still love their presence around me. It's beautiful. I feel the good vibes. I know that their potential is high. I try to show it to them so that they can reach for it, but you can't make somebody reach for it. They have to do that for themselves. So another thing with discernment is in jobs. And I'm not talking about my current job, but for instance, a past job that I was at Gap for years. I worked full-time there. I worked my way up from being a part-time employee to full-time management to being a key holder. And then the store that I worked at closed. And coincidentally, it closed like the day before I had my oldest son. So when I came back, I had to transfer into a new store. Well, that position that I held as a key holder was obsolete in the new store. I worked for the outlet when I became a key holder, and the outlet closed. And closed because it made too much money. Isn't that crazy? They didn't want it to take money away from the retail stores in the mall, so they made a rule that the outlet stores had to be at least, I think, 30 miles away from the nearest full price retail store. So they closed the one that I worked at because it made too much money. But that was one of the best places I ever worked. It was awesome. Such good vibes. Everybody there was a great team. We all complimented each other well. It's one of the best places that I've ever worked. So shout out to my Gap outlet friends and even my Gap friends. Made some really good connections there in the past, and I sure miss that discount, even though there's no retail stores open around here anymore. Anyway, so when I transferred into the full price retail store in the mall after I had my baby and came back from maternity leave, I took 4 months off, came back in. They couldn't lower my pay, even though my position was obsolete in that store. They couldn't lower my pay. So they started adding all of these responsibilities. I was a visual specialist, so I did all the windows. I was a denim specialist, so I had to learn to perfect fold all the denim. I was on the markdown team, so I came in one night a week after the store closed and did markdowns. And they also added rollouts when the new stuff came in, and everything had to be changed around the store. They made me part of the rollout team, and I just felt so honored to be such a big part of the store, that I took all of that with no extra pay, even though I did deserve to have some extra things added to me because I wasn't management, but yet I made management pay. They couldn't bust me down from that. So yes, I did deserve to have some extra activities to make up for that money that I made. But I also earned that money in the past. I earned my way up to that hourly wage. But anyway, I felt so honored by having all of these things added to my name there, my job title, to be such a big part. I knew all of the new stuff. I knew I had a leg up. I knew when all the markdowns were going to happen, what was going to go on sale. We still got 30% off of markdowns, so I knew what the dirt cheap stuff was going to be before it happened. I knew what the windows were going to look like. I had creative freedom. I had, knowledge of all of the new things that were going to come out before everybody else did, and got to redo the store. Like, I was so just hyped about that stuff. I loved working there so much, and loved the store even before I worked there. If you're going to work retail, you need to believe in the product, because if you're going to sell it, you need to be honest about it. Have a genuine love for the product that you're going to sell. Put something in people's hands too. That's a good way to sell it. I worked at a high dollar collectible shop too, and people, when they hold something, makes them want to have it 90% more, even if they don't need it. If you put it in their hands, that's a good tactic if you work retail. But anyway, I was so happy about all those extra duties that I never asked for more money. And I came back for Christmases after that, even when I chose a new path to go into psychology and go work at a psych hospital that had to do with my degree. I still went back Christmases and worked there. Even they got so mad they couldn't bust my pay down, and I didn't work there enough hours to where they could add all the extra duties onto me anymore. But anyway, don't let somebody hand you a certificate or add more duties without asking for more pay. That's a trick. They're just trying to get as much out of you as they possibly can. Don't fall for the pizza party meme, where they say, it's a pizza party. I know everybody's seen the meme where we're going to gas you up and make you feel appreciated in the cheapest way possible. And it's really just a way to put a Band-Aid on how we beat you up and kick you around all the time. Don't let people do that. Don't let them hand you a certificate or different duties for less money or no extra money and feel grateful or like you're doing something, because all you're doing is being taken advantage of. Anyway, there's a lot of videos online about discernment. There's a lot of videos online about body language. Watch those, read up on that. Discernment is a huge deal. It's definitely a superpower. Oh, and salary. Let me go back to the job. Don't ever work salary. Don't ever work salary. This guy that was at the hotel, he was talking to me about being worn out all the time and worn down for no extra money. Don't ever be salary. If you are going to work extra, work hourly. Get paid for that. Don't let somebody beat you down and pay you the same. Don't do that. You are worth more than that. Know your worth. Treat yourself nice. Talk to yourself nice. Stand up for yourself. Ask for more. They know you're worth it. They wouldn't be doing it to you if they didn't appreciate you and know that you're a hard worker and you were going to bust your butt. So speak up and ask for more, because you deserve that. Don't just accept what somebody's given you and feel good about a title or something like that. Ask for more. Know your worth. Get it. More than likely, you're going to get it. And if you don't, start looking for somewhere else to go and then get it there. Okay? I know that was a whole sidebar, but anyway. Discernment. Discern. I can't talk about that enough. It is very important. I hope everybody gets something from this video. I hope that it resonates. I love you. God loves you. And you're never, ever, 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 ever alone. Bye, guys. Have a great day.